I'm going to talk about disengage to engage and basically new workplace metrics. So I'm going to touch upon very critical component in our life, but at the same time, very technical tonight. I hope you can enjoy that. Okay. So how many times do we hear about workplace performance metrics, productivity, right? How to measure, and what's working, what's not working, right? We constantly hear about these terms, but stunning stories we constantly hear are also people are disengaged in the workplace. According to Gallup surveys, we hear constant stories. 1/3 of people are only engaged in the workplace. Yes, it's dooming. The world is doomed, right? And 2/3 of people are disengaged in the workplace. And this is not only in the US. This is across the world and throughout the timelines. And when it comes to millennials, this is more doomed. Yes, they are less engaged. So what's happening? What's happening? Why are we disengaged? And what makes us disengaged in the workplace? We are facing a huge challenge in our life. That's called quality of life. We are experiencing diminishing health and well-being in the contemporary society. According to World Obesity Organization, 35% of males in the US are obese. And when it comes to female, we have a more serious problem. Over 40% of females are obese in the US. And as you all know, obesity is related to many chronic diseases, right? Can you name one? Diabetes, high cholesterol, all kinds of chronic diseases, right? This is one of the challenges we are facing in the contemporary society. The next, along with the physical health issues, we are facing cognitive overload on a daily basis. According to a study, conscious brain can process only 40 bits of information per second, but our senses receive 11 megabits of information per second. And if you can understand the equation between bits and megabits, 1 million bits equal 1 megabit. There's so much information, more than we can digest ever per second, right? Even Rodin is tired of thinking. Right, yeah. So why does it matter in the workplace? Because disengaged means lost time means lost productivity means lost finance, revenue, and bottom line in the workplace. So this is a very significant problem in the workplace. According to the US Center for Mental Health, we lose substantial amount of revenue and bottom line due to presenteeism and absenteeism. Are you familiar with presenteeism and absenteeism? Okay. Absenteeism means people are absent from work because mainly they are sick or not healthy. Okay. Presenteeism is more problematic in the workplace because people come to work, they are physically there, but they are not mentally engaged. So they are thinking something else. What kind of dinner am I going to have with Susan tonight, right? So they are punching the clock, but they can't wait to go home. So that's presenteeism. According to the US Center for Mental Health, we lose substantially more bottom line due to presenteeism, twice more than absenteeism. Okay, so what's workplace well-being and how can we achieve workplace well-being? I define workplace well-being as physically being healthy, emotionally feeling good, and cognitively being able to think well in the workplace. So there are many studies and business cases that show benefits of workplace well-being. And I created 5 categories for you to be able to understand clearly what benefits we have from workplace well-being. As you can see here, healthy organizational culture, so you can have stronger engagement and morale, and then loyalty, that will increase higher retention. The second, improved individual health and safety, which is also related to financial return because of reduced healthcare premiums. And then third, enhance the company reputation. Of course, people like to go to and work for companies who care for their employees, right? And then higher productivity from reduced absenteeism, presenteeism, and reduced overtime from covering absent workers. Then lastly, financial savings from improved productivity and reduced healthcare costs. So we have these substantial benefits from workplace well-being. So how can we achieve workplace well-being? Okay, so I present here to you 6 dimensions workplace well-being. And basically, these are categories how and where you can address workplace well-being. So physical activity and fitness, cognitive well-being, social well-being, emotional well-being, non-toxic and clean environment, and physical comfort. The first one, physical activity and fitness, can be achieved through various strategies, facilities, spatial accommodations, or even policies for people to move around and get healthier. Have you ever heard stand, sit, or sit, stand table where people can stand while they're working? Yes. And then stationary bike, people can ride when they're working. Yes, this is all part of the strategies to increase physical activities and fitness activities at work. And then next, cognitive well-being. We can increase cognitive well-being through various strategies, such as mechanisms to capture the ideas from ideation to execution, IT technologies, or proximities of spaces. These are critical strategies that you can apply to capture cognitive well-being. The social well-being is a critical component in human life, right? And I know that you guys have buddy systems, because human bonding to another human is a critical component in human life. This is the same in workplace. Emotional well-being can be achieved through daylight or strategies to enhance your circadian rhythm, body rhythm. So like you wake up in the morning when sun rises, and then you go to sleep when the moon rises, right? When your body doesn't follow this circadian rhythm cycle, then you get into trouble, such as sleep disorder. Yes. And then next one, non-toxic and clean environment. We can support this through lowering VOC, volatile organic compound, components in the building materials, furnishings, finishes, and clean indoor air quality. And then lastly, physical comfort through ergonomics that supports our body movement, and then lumbar structure of a human body, and thermal comfort, indoor air quality, these things. Okay, so in this section, I like to critically emphasize the importance of recharging activities at work as part of 6 dimensions of workplace well-being. So why is recharging so important to us? According to a study, the people who took regular breaks every 90 minutes were able to concentrate better, 30% more than people who didn't take regular breaks. Also, they were able to produce more creative ideas, 50% more than the people who didn't take a break. So recharging is a very important component in workplace well-being. Recharging is not only important to cognitive overload, but also important to generating innovative ideas. How many times have you heard people created innovative ideas when they were disengaged, which means they were daydreaming, they were taking a shower, they were resting, they were waiting somebody, they were not thinking anything, then suddenly, eureka, something came up. Oh, I got this idea, I can solve this one. I've been thinking about this one for 2 weeks, but then suddenly it came to me when I was daydreaming. Yeah, you hear these stories a lot of times, because when your brain is a little bit disengaged and resting and recharging, you can generate more creative and innovative ideas. That's why recharging activities are very important. Okay, I propose these 4 activities as part of recharging activities in the workplace. Play, solitude, contemplate, fitness, and social. Play. Through the playing activities, you can build a bond with your coworkers or colleagues, right? You can build a camaraderie easily while you're having a fun and you're disengaged from work. And the second, solitude, lounging, and contemplating activities, you're internally recharging to go back to engage with your work. And then the third, fitness, a little bit of body movement gives you a boost, right? Boosting energy. So fitness activities are important in your recharging activities. And social, of course, while you're talking and greeting, meeting with other people, you're bonding with them, and then you're building camaraderie at work. So social activities are also very important. How do 6 dimensions of workplace well-being finally contribute to innovation or workplace performance? Okay, so I here present to you a framework. So 6 dimensions of workplace well-being affect 3 critical components of organization, which is organizational culture, work process, and people, right? And these are critical attributes of organizational culture in innovative workplace. Have you heard any of these things? Freedom, autonomy, right? Good communication, open to new ideas. These are critical components to innovative organizations, right? Process. These are critical attributes of work process in innovative workplaces, such as interaction, collaboration, workflow, managing time, right? All important in process. And then people. Their cognitive style, creative thinking skills, and their physical health and well-being. These are very important to their innovative ideas, basically. So 6 dimensions of workplace well-being affect critical components of organizational culture, process, and people, and finally affect innovation, which can be measured by product innovation, process innovation, organizational innovation, marketing innovation, and intellectual property. And these measures are combinations from the Oslo and OECD innovation measures and US innovation measures. So this can be a framework for you to use how workplace well-being can contribute to the organizational bottom line and innovation. Okay, so why innovation is so important? Innovation is defined as producing new or significantly improved products, services, managerial structures, business models that create a new value for customers or financial returns for the companies. In the traditional economy, output was only increased by increasing input accordingly, right? But innovation economy, this doesn't work that way. Output can be increased without increasing input accordingly. So that's why innovation is very important in knowledge economy. And that's why we're talking about workplace well-being that contribute to innovation. Okay, so this is the last slide that I'm going to talk about. This came from my recent study to analyze the difference between high-performing companies and low-performing companies in terms of workplace well-being. And then you can see a consistency, right? Consistent high performance from high-performing companies compared to low-performing companies in terms of 6 well-being dimensions, right? So there's a correlation between high performance of the company's innovation and workplace well-being. As a closing remark, I'd like to encourage you to think about how to implement workplace well-being and what it means to people in the workplace, and how to develop effective workplace metrics and measures so we can improve quality of life at work as well as create a sustainable workplace. Thank you.